It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, December 1st.
It is.
2020.
We
made it to December.
Going quick. Christmas is around the corner.
Peek around that corner, see if Christmas is back there. Wow. December 1, 2020, 7 a.m. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Hope your Tuesday morning's off to a great start. Happy December. And the Christmas season is officially here. So, little bit chilly this morning.
It was 17 when I left the house. So
I was reading 20 on the gauge when I left the house this morning. But you get up before, you wake up the roosters before they give their first cock-a-doodle,
usually.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an early bird.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's the one that wakes up the roosters. Anyway, welcome to Down on the Corner program. And once again, I hope your Tuesday morning's off to a great start. And I got to tell you about your hometown Sears store. You see it right there on the screen, locally owned and operated. I can't say enough good things about not only Sears, was with that Sears family for many years, plus the fact that JR and his staff here will bend over backwards to serve you. Whether it be lawn care equipment, tools, you've got DeWalt, Craftsman tools, they've got your favorite, your Husqvarna lawn care equipment, then appliances, they've got all major brands of appliances, and the list just goes on and on. And the important thing about being locally owned and operated is you spend your money here, it's reinvested here, the taxes are paid here, and you don't worry about the big corporation stores taking your money and spending it elsewhere. Yeah, it has a Sears brand, but this is a locally owned franchise store. Locally owned and operated, and JR's going to bend over backwards to help you. And what were you
One of the
me?
biggest things is they service everything they sell.
Yeah.
And they service everything they don't sell.
There you go.
If you have it, you can bring it in. They will.
Yep.
They will get it serviced or give them a call if it's an appliance or something. They'll come out and take a look at it.
And when you come into the store, say for a new washer dryer, they're going to tell you, well, we kind of had some problems with this one. Let's look over here. Well,
yeah.
Senator Flippo need a vacuum cleaner. Goes in there, looking at this $1 million model. Well, I think, what are you trying to vacuum? Well, I need about, no. Senator, look over here. He got by with a good unit, a lot cheaper, that served the purpose.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. Yeah, they could have sold the $1 million model, but they said, you can really get by with this $99.95 model, And Senator like, really?
And they're truly there to help. I mean, if there's something they don't
yeah.
have and they know another store has, they'll tell you where to go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there to help you.
Macy's sending you the gimbals, huh?
Yeah.
Your hometown Sears store is at 1029 Highway 62 East. You can call them at 870-425-3191. I haven't heard where they had a service call up to Stockton, Missouri one time. That's Northwest Springfield.
Yep.
And that's service with a smile when you drive, how far Springfield? 100, 120 miles? And you
About
go
120.
About 120. You go up to Stockton area. And tell you what, you're not going to beat your hometown Sears store. I mean, you can try the box stores, but what we're trying to tell you is try Sears first. And just see if they're going to do whatever they can to make you satisfied and happy and to go home with the finest appliance available from Sears.
They got a lot of sales still going on.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
get
need
out
to get
there.
in there. I need to go into Sears. There's some things I need. Anyway, hometown Sears store, they're up on the hill behind Wendy's, same parking lot as Orscheln's. They're out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. Once again, 1029 Highway 62 East. Call them at 425-3191. Now, folks up in Howell County, Missouri, and Ozark County, Missouri, just to our north, whether you're Marion County, Searcy County, Stone, Izard, Fulton, come on over. Love to have you shop your hometown Sears store, and they'd love to have you stop by. And so, once again, your hometown Sears store is at 1029 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Call them at 425-3191. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee here at the studio. You can do the same thing at home or in your car. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Of course, you have Baxter Regional's main entrance lobby. You've got 62 East Plaza and, of course, Bomber Boulevard at 7:04 on the computer clock this morning. They'll be getting busy between now and, say, 15 till 8 with the school traffic going in on Bomber Boulevard. And Brewed Awakening coffee is by far the best coffee in Mountain Home. And like Mike said, hey, we are real coffee. Don't want to get out and about every morning and get Brewed Awakening coffee? Stop by and buy a bag of beans. I'll either grind them for you, take them home, use your own bean grinder. They have the freshest beans available. When he needs some coffee beans, he calls his supplier. what's his name, Geraldo down in Columbia.
Gets on his mule and starts heading over.
Roast me some beans and send them up here. And they come in the freshest roasted coffee beans money can buy. Brewed Awakening Coffee. Stop by and buy a bag of beans or have them ground up. A little bit more expensive than your Maxwell House or Folgers, but well worth the extra money to get the best coffee in town. They have mochas and lattes and frappuccinos and all that stuff. What's your choice today?
We're not going to go with a specific drink today. We're going to just talk about the espresso-based drinks. You can get them hot or cold, either way. And they got 3 different kinds. They got latte, cappuccino, mocha, and then high octane.
There you go.
For those that need it. Apparently, it says on here, get her done.
Get her done.
Get her done. That is the drink for
octane.
you
there
right
you
there. High octane.
Premium fuel. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations, and they love to serve you the best coffee in town. Excuse me. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you morning prayer each and every day, as you see on the screen, with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, you can talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone out there can help you. It's a tough time when you have to deal with a funeral home, but they do it so well to get you through a very difficult time. With all our respect is how they do business on a daily basis. You know, family member, friend, loved one, whatever it may be. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Can't say enough good things about the Roller Funeral Home people all across the state of Arkansas. They have a certain level of professionalism, and they rise above and beyond that, you know. And whenever you're dealing with a funeral, you know, like I say, it's tough, you know, but they'll help you get through a very difficult time. Roller Funeral Homes brings the morning prayer each and every day. So let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, well, we made it to December. We were hoping the virus would be history right now, but it is what it is. And Lord, regardless of all the negative vibes the news media is giving out about the virus, let us find joy, happiness, and peace this Christmas. And I know some may be restricted in travel for whatever reason, but help us, guide us to be happy. Happy people are healthy people. The whole nation would benefit if the news media would stop nitpicking stories and just told the truth. In my opinion, the news media has caused the panic over the virus. But overall, Lord, I pray the joy and peace of Jesus Christ can overcome the negativity we face today. And I pray, Lord, you grant us your joy and your peace. And that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
get the judge to do it.
Hey, oh yeah, I forgot about that. He is like a master at this. He did it once before.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did the ratings drop?
No, I think he blew me out of the water. So
we had that spike that day.
We would be honored if you do the trumpet this morning, Mickey.
Trumpet.
Da-da-da. I can't even do it.
You can't do it?
No, it's all on you, buddy. All right, here it is.
But the only trumpet I know is the bugle call from an elk.
That'll work. That'll work. All right, I'll go ahead. He's under pressure.
Under pressure.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wish Mickey would have done it. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website, retiretoarkansas.net. Let's take a peek at the White River.
Clear or foggy?
Clear.
You going with clear, Mickey?
It's frosty, clear.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was, a little while ago, it was foggy. I mean, there was a cloud over it.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, it's all frozen on the ground now.
Yeah.
Wow. Sunrise over Cotter, Arkansas. The camera is in Marion County, Arkansas, looking into Baxter County. The river separates the two counties. 412 bridge to the left side of the screen, the city of Cotter in the middle, and of course being divided by the beautiful White River here in north central Arkansas. And you see the little baseball park, railroad museum there in the middle part of the screen, the city of Cotter. You can go to retiretoarkansas.net and you can pull up the live webcam. There's a little camera icon at the lower right-hand part of the screen, where you can take pictures throughout the day, share them with family and friends, and use them as a screensaver, backdrop on whatever device. While you're at retiretoarkansas.net, check out all the listings with the Z-Team and Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. and also all the multiple listing numbers. You see the MLS number listed there on the website. You can type in the MLS number, bring up any listing that's in this multiple listing service area, both in Arkansas and Missouri. Speaking of which, the Z Team is ready to serve you today in both states, Arkansas and Missouri, from Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain View, Missouri, down to Marshall, Arkansas, back up into Gainesville, and back up into Ava. Fine folks there ready to help you in both states, Arkansas and Missouri. The Z Team for all your real estate needs. Bob and Linda Zador are the award-winning Z Team. They have the most prestigious award through the Century 21 Corporation, and it's from outstanding customer service and follow up after the sale, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And even in the short week, they were the whole multiple listing service area was well over $5 million in real estate, and they could set a new record for this area, topping out over $200 million at the end of the year. So I'm anxious to see.
It's been an amazing.
I think they're like at 192.8 million. No, it's not just. I mean,
people are still buying.
They're
so
still buying,
if you're looking at selling your house, give them a call.
But also, Linda's a professional stager, so when you list your home with the Z Team, she can set the home for that eye appeal, because a lot of it's they're getting just strictly off of the internet, and the pictures she takes and posts, they do the Zoom and the virtual and all that stuff.
The internet has been so vitally important.
So we like
this
that.
year.
We take it, we're on our way, so they get it done. They must be using some of that espresso stuff from Brutal Awakening.
High octane, get her done.
Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. The Z Team at retiretoarkansas.net. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Right now we have 22 degrees in Mountain Home, 27 at Harrison, 22 at Batesville, 20 at Salem, 22 at Calico Rock, 18 in Flippin, 16 in Marshall, 20 in West Plains, 23 in St. Louis, 23 at Poplar Bluff, 27 in Springfield, and in contrast, what the world's wrong here? Watford City, North Dakota at 32.
They're warmer.
Flip
it happens, not often, but it happens.
It's 10 degrees warmer, Watford City, North Dakota. Wow. Okay, I have to refresh this for the 8th time this morning. This is a great radar. It just don't stay set very long. All right, on the nation's radar, we'll scroll out here and take a look and see what's going on. Most of the country dry right now. A little bit of snow showers, of course, in Montana, Utah, Colorado, places like that. Overall, the Midwest, Southwest, and Southeast is pretty dry. You can see some snow showers from the Great Lakes region down through Cleveland, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Ohio, and all the way down into the eastern, northeastern part of Tennessee and western North Carolina. Then we have shower activity from Toronto back over to Montpelier, Vermont, up into Montreal, Quebec area, and just to the east of New York City, Hartford, Connecticut, and Boston. So taking a look at Arkansas, Missouri, I don't think we have much going on. If anything's picking up, I think it's all clear skies all across the state right now. 62, 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65 to Branson. 67, 167, Little Rock to Batesville, and on up to Poplar Bluff, Missouri, in good shape. Your interstates, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, 530 in Arkansas, clear. Interstate 155 over to Dyersburg, Tennessee from Kennett. And then 412 down to Jackson, Tennessee on I-40 is clear right now. Up in Missouri, Highway 60, Highway 160, Highway 67, Highway 61, and 63 and 65 all clear at this time, along with interstates 49, 29, 70, 44, and 55. Kansas City, Columbia, St. Louis, Joplin, and Springfield. Southern Illinois, we'll zoom in here. We got I-64 East St. Louis, Illinois East to Mount Vernon. It's in good shape. I-57 from I-64 South to Carroll, Illinois. It's looking good there. And then, of course, I-70 going to Effingham. No shower activity or snow going on. They had snow up there yesterday, up in my old stomping grounds of the St. Louis area. And a little bit of flurries up there. National map shows some freeze warnings for southern Arkansas, most of Mississippi, southern Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Florida, good grief, cold in Florida. And look at Texas, all that blue stuff for freezing weather there. The forecast for the day, we should around 51, 52 degrees. And Wednesday afternoon, we have a 30% chance of showers that could be a mixture of sleet, snow, and rain. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic.
White stuff.
I don't think they're expecting it to be too bad.
It's a mixture.
The Weather Channel, they've pretty much cut it out. So I don't think they're expecting it.
Well, we got a high of 49 on Wednesday, a high of 43 on Thursday. We have lows to 31, 34. We got a little bit of a warming trend. By Saturday, we're back up to 50 degrees, and so we don't really don't have anything to worry about there. Checking iDrive, Arkansas, Memphis, Little Rock, Texarkana, Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Rogers. Traffic moving good there. No slow traffic or accidents right there. Checking Missouri. Everything's in good shape. They continue to work on Highway 63 business at Thayer, Missouri, across the state line there. Bull Shoals Lake, we're just a teaspoon under 659. We're at 658.99, 0.01 feet below the full pool at 659. That's about as close to even as you're ever going to see it. Norfolk Lake is 1.5 feet above regular pool of 552. And let's see, then our good old buddy coronavirus here. Here we go. Statewide, we have 138,056 that are confirmed, with 138,696 that are recovered. That's a 99.5% recovery rate of the confirmed versus recovered. If you take the total COVID-19 cases and put the recovered in there, it's still an 88% recovery rate. In the state of Arkansas, there's 1,063 in the hospital. Of those, 407 are in ICU, with 211 in the state on ventilators. I'll bring this up. You can go to hospital information, and you can see that right here. 1063 positive admissions, 407 ICU. In the positive admissions on ventilators, 211. North Central Arkansas report here. We're going to bring this up. Now, they've got this. They've got Jackson County. They've got Independence County. So this covers Newport, Batesville, way southeast of here. So in this area, let me knock this off. In this area, this light blue shaded here, I don't know if you see the cursor on the screen, but all of this right here, we have 70 people in the hospital. Of those, 41 ICU and 23 on ventilators. Now we go into the 6-county area: Baxter, Marion, Searcy, Stone, Izard, and Fulton. 475 active, with 3,628 that have recovered. Of the 6-county area, 0.0045% are active. So, what I hear on the news from CBS and NBC and everybody else, these numbers here don't reflect a panic type thing. No, we pray for those that are sick, and we want them to get well, don't get me wrong. But when you only have 1,063 statewide in the hospital of a 3.2 million population, the numbers are, in my opinion, better than what's being revealed. Oil prices are down a little bit, closed at 45.20. The Dow Jones Industrials dropped 272 points to still close at 29,638.64. Indications of a very strong economy continuing. The weather, the market updates, and the coronavirus update all brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zador, for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793, the website retiredarkansas.net. You want to say something?
Yeah, I had some breaking news for weather, and you just skipped right past it.
What?
Well, this is from KATV Todd Yack.
Okay.
He tweeted at 6:54 a.m. this morning, and this is breaking news for Arkansas, that Little Rock did have our first official freeze in November. Wow. It dropped to 31 degrees just before midnight at 11:47 p.m.
There you go.
News is amazing. Thank you, Channel 7.
Winter has arrived in Little Rock.
We're going to take a break.
Hold on, little community events. You pass right over it. We do have a wrestling meet tonight.
You do?
Yes, the high school team is having their first home meet. It'll be the boys varsity team going against Russellville and Fayetteville, and the girls varsity team will be going against Fayetteville. So it'll
tonight
be
at what time?
It'll be starting at 5 o'clock, and we'll be at the junior high. They got a basketball game over at the high school, so we're going to be doing it at junior high.
All right. Now can we take a break?
Now you can take a break. Yes.
We'll be right back.
We've got all this.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When you think about
And we want to welcome our county judge, Mickey.
Good morning.
Howdy, how you been?
I'm in cold, but I got over it. There's something about the older you get, the harder it seems to be on you. I'm just not interested in doing as much stuff out in that cold as used to be. So I don't know. It just hits harder.
It does. Woo.
Arthritis. Woo.
I'm going to tell you what. Got out of the vehicle yesterday morning, puffing. Whoa! I walked in the door.
Get blown away.
He says, "What on earth?" I said, "Man, that wind's cold."
I was sitting in the deer stand last weekend on our days off, and it was a real. I remember it was Thanksgiving morning. It was a cloudy morning, and it just quiet, and it was fairly warm. I wasn't cold. I wasn't dressed that warm, and I could hear this noise and had this feeling something's going on. I couldn't figure it out until the wind finally hit me.
Oh, yeah.
I could hear it coming for a long ways off, and I'd holler, but I couldn't see it because it hadn't got there. You could just hear the roar in the distance, and when it got there, it was cold. I said, I think it's time to go with this old body to the house. I don't need to sit out here to sway in the wind sitting in this tree stand. So, but, yeah, it's been some windy lately.
Mm-hmm. And Thanksgiving morning, I drove to Conway. I left here about 7. It was foggy.
Yeah, Thanksgiving morning was really foggy.
All the way down. I went Highway 5, and of course Mountain View. You come out of Mountain View and went on down to Heber Springs. In between Mountain View and Heber was pretty nice, sunshiny and bright. Well, when I got to Heber, it wasn't.
Well, being our obedient community servants, you know, we were home alone on Thanksgiving Day, and I was in the tree stand, and you couldn't see 50 yards because of the fog. It was thick, and it was a while before. It's like the morning before, I had a little bit of fog, but when that wind hit, maybe that was the next morning, you could see that fog go zoop towards the White River. It was gone.
Well, I tell you what, crossing Calico
but
Rock.
Thursday afternoon was nice.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Big fish were biting too.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. experience.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some good news on that computer down there we want to share.
Oh yeah, we're thinking of people. You know, when the pandemic issue started back in March and April and May, and we were getting a lot of, for the county-wise, revenue projections that were really very spooky, and not knowing what it is. But the last sales tax report that we got from our treasurer that was collected in the month of November. The month of November was up 12.06% over 2019, and for the year to date through 2020, our sales tax revenue has been up 10.5% for the whole year over 2019. So we didn't get hurt with the revenue, and we attribute that to a lot of things, I think. One is we now collect internet sales tax. The legislature saw the wisdom finally to think we had enough legislators that supported it so that the online sales the local merchants had a way to kind of make an even playing field. Plus, people were staying home and not traveling because of the pandemic, and shopping more locally as well as online sales. And so we increased our sales here. A lot of stores have had good years. The ones that could stay open and monitor and go by the protocols that have been in place since March and April, and the internet sales. So there's a lot of that, and of course our property, real estate properties are always pretty even, so that didn't drop. But the quarter cent sales tax for the jail is the same numbers, and it's way over projections what we have. So we've been trying to, with this good news of making us survive the year and get through the year just fine, and not have to lay off people. And to take any kind of other action that we might need because we didn't have the revenue to fund it all. We've been fortunate that everybody's stayed on the job unless they've been sick. But it makes it harder to project what's going to happen next year. If you look at this and your sales tax revenues are up 10.5% this year, what do we project for next year so that we can set our budgets?
See, that's...
And so we're in this anomaly that we're trying to justify once, and of course our projector is very conservative, which has saved us through a lot of times. But and then we work together to try to come up with those numbers, so that because we have a budget, we have to have a budget passed in December for next year, so we have to know what our revenue is going to be before we can pass a budget. Because we can only budget 90% of what we project our revenue to be.
Say that again.
We can only budget 90% of what we project our revenue is projected to be.
And being up now, the 20, you're up 10.5% over 2019. Is that correct? But then again, look at where our fuel prices have been. Also, we don't know what's going to happen. You know, if the administration changes over to the blue, who knows what's going to happen? You know, what's going to happen with these fuel prices. I'm happy at $1.89. Listen,
that has been a savings on our. It's been going down to being consistently lower than when I took office 8 years ago. Soon be 9 years ago, and it has been maintaining there for quite some time. We haven't really adjusted our budgets because there's always that fear that it's going to go back up, like in the sheriff's office and Road and Bridge, the biggest two fuel users. We've kind of backed them up a little bit, but we've kept them there because you never know what's going to happen when it's going to go back up. And so you have money left over in the year that you can use to pay off something else or buy something that you need. But
so when you talk about projecting the finances for the next year,
because that's always been a fear.
Yeah,
it's what your cost of fuel is going to be.
Yeah, we just don't know.
And the projection of revenue, which they forecast to us when this all began, they started giving us projections in May, in particular, and June. They thought that the revenue that is funding road departments like RDOT, and the Baxter County Road and Bridge, and to some degree the city street departments, because the gas sales, I think in April and May, the miles traveled and the gas sales were off 50%, half. And so a lot of that revenue from the state turned back to the counties as well that funds RDOT. And the state agency is funded by the fuel tax that is per gallon. So if your sales are off, we were expecting that particular revenue stream to be down. We'd told that it was going to be down 50%. And then the traveling started picking back up, and people started going. And of course, we have more fuel-efficient cars to a large degree too. So we were already going down and losing in that revenue. But when you just shut down half the driving, and buying half as much gas, it really took a big hit. But it's picked back up. Probably not to the point where it was before, but it has picked up quite a bit. People are traveling more and not long trips. I was reading a news report on one of my social media a while ago. VRBOs. Everybody understand what a VRBO is?
I think so.
It's a big vacation rental by owner. Properties all around the country. If I recall the numbers, it was like a 21 or 25 billion dollar industry this year. It has been off the charts. So it is homes that people rent to take a vacation instead of using a resort, using a camper, or using a hotel, motel. They can get a home, and you can have, in a lot of cases, you can have 14, 15 family members in one house. We've done it down in Ono Island, Alabama, down in the Gulf Shore area, where we had 15 in one house, and the house was set up for that, right on the beach, and everybody had their own room, and it was really nice. Those are VRBOs. The numbers for those this year have, since early or late spring, have been off the charts. That would have been a stock to have bought in March when this started, because they've had an overwhelming year, and that's true. There's a lot of VRBOs here on the river and the lakes that we have around here, and people have been buying. And talk to the Z team; they'll tell you about it. Mm-hmm. They know about it. They have had one, and it's been an amazing business this year around the country.
Really?
And we used one in Gulf Shores last year. Some local people owned a condo down there on the Gulf Shore beach, and I rented it from them for a few days. Took my wife down there for our anniversary. So there's a lot of local people. You can find connections like that. That's what VRBOs owe. But because people have not been getting on airplanes, because they've not been traveling to other countries, they're traveling within this country, within this state, and within this area. Go across the county, get a house, and go stay out on Bull Shoals Lake or down on the White River or Mountain View. Maybe you can find something in Newton County or Searcy County, something then be on their Buffalo. There's a lot of that going on. So the VRBO business has been great. And that's been a revenue stream for anybody that.
One thing I wanted to explain though about the sales tax, the tax is up. This is not a bad thing. So let's take a minute. Let's take about 2 minutes and explain this before we take a break. Sales tax is paid by everybody that shops in Arkansas.
Correct.
If you're shopping online, Amazon, eBay, whatever it may be, whether you go to Walmart, you go to Harps, go to Town and Country, whatever it may be, you pay sales tax on certain items. Same thing online. So explain in how the sales tax works. When we say sales tax is up 10.5% over last year in 1206 for the month, that's money in the bank for the county and the cities.
Yes, and it's money in the bank for the businesses. If the business community in Baxter County's business is up 10% over last year, that's tremendous.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
Money
in their pocket.
Now, it may be located. Was it the big box stores? Was it the small resort? Was it the grocery stores that run on TP? You know that there's a lot of sales tax collected on unnecessarily by my head. But where was that business at? So somebody has benefited, and not only does it benefit the governments that are supported by it, and by ways of other things. It supports the business and makes them stronger, and they can be here. If the businesses make money, they'll stay here, and you'll still have them to go to, and it may attract more.
Yeah. So let's take, for instance, our sponsor, Sears. Hometown. Can you pull that back up on the screen, that logo? Well, we've got, I threw him a curveball here. We're fixing to take a break. But locally owned and operated. So when you shop at your hometown Sears store, the sales tax is in Baxter County. Mm-hmm. It stays in Arkansas.
Well, there's not only that. When the kids from the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, from all the wrestling team, the baseball teams and the soccer teams of the summertime, when they look for somebody to sponsor, do you think they call up Amazon?
No.
Or
next time you see a bunch of youth kids out there playing a baseball game, look what name's on their shirt.
Yeah.
You could ask my wife, who's a small business owner in this town, how many times she gets hounded or gets asked, rather, about local sponsorships. And she's got a heart big as the mountains.
Yep.
So she has been very supportive, but it just wears you out and that's every local business in town. They get hammered with this stuff, and God help them if they find out that you're very generous, because they'll all show up at the door. But those are the kind of people, especially the small business owner that doesn't have to answer to a corporate board somewhere. They support all your kids, and they support all their functions. It's like me. I love to go fish a benefit bass tournament just because I love to fish. But if it's a benefit to help somebody or some good organization, I'm in.
There you go.
I don't mind paying the entry fee because they're going to get a big share of that, and I'm going to enjoy my day.
There you go.
Maybe. But
why don't we grab a break? What is it, 7:36?
Yep.
Take a break. Be right back.
Hospice of the Ozarks. It's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service. Small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
And we're back with Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. And what else we need to discuss? We got some more good news?
Well, yes and no. You was talking about sales tax a while ago. You know, with the new safety tax, the new jail tax, there's a lot of things happening in Mountain Home. Another thing that helped us that the legislature did, and I can pat them on the back, at least the majority of the legislators, we had been working, county officials had been working on proper 911 fundings for 20 years. It was working on it when I took office almost 9 years ago, and we had been working on it steadily ever since because it was a promise made that had never been kept. 911 was supposed to be self-funded by phone fee on your phones. And counties like Baxter County was having to put their general revenue into 911 to keep it, to run a top-notch center like we do here in Baxter County, to the tune of $350,000 when I took office. And that wasn't supposed to happen. So we've been working, so the legislature and blue ribbon committees, 911, and finally we come up and worked through it and got it passed the same year they passed the internet sales tax collection. And that revenue also has helped our regular budgets tremendously. They expected the revenues to go up because it now charges a fee on all cell phones. 95% of our calls in the 911 center are made by a cell phone.
95%?
95%. And yet when I took office, not one penny on your cell phone usage was supporting 911. And now it's up, depending on which center you talk to, it's between 90 and 95% of all phone calls, the 4,000 calls a month that we get into our 911 center are made on a cell phone. And the cell phone, it'll happen if you have a wreck up at Pigeon Creek on 201 North, you'll get 8 phone calls or more. As soon as they can get a signal, because they're down in Pigeon Creek, they can't get a signal. But if they get to the top of the hill, everyone is going to call you on their cell phone on the same accident. That overloads our 911 center, and it needs to be funded. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we want people to do. We want to know about where we need help at. But we now have the funding made available, and they expected it to increase our funding 60%, and that was really going to help. And it has almost doubled that. And so now we think that we're going to start. We've already started some because we've been upgrading equipment at our 911 center, and we've just signed an agreement to upgrade some more. We're a portable unit. We can pack up and go, broadcast from anywhere if something happens to our center. And we're constantly upgrading there. But we think we're going to be able to move all the cost of that into dedicated 911 funding, and that's something the legislator helped us.
So when did that happen?
And so with the sales tax increasing and things like the jail and things, if we didn't have a jail tax, we'd be broke right now. We wouldn't be able to keep half the things going we're going, because that, not only do we have a bigger and better jail and be able to take care of more inmates but keep them off the streets, but we're able to free up the rest of the county to add to the sheriff's department, to add to other departments, and give our salaries up for our employees to make them competitive with the rest of the county and the area. So a lot of things has helped us, including the increased revenue from sales tax.
When did that the 911 funded by phone? But what year?
Well, the funding started in October of last year.
It did.
So it's only been collected. We didn't get the first money to it until about either January or February of this year. Was so the first money we got. The legislator did it in 17, or the last session.
Well, the last session, 18.
Well, I think that one.
No,
it's been 17 or 19. 17 or 19. But I think it's finalized in 19. But it started last year, and so the funding. DFNA has to gather it for a quarter before it was paid out by quarterly, and we didn't get anything to the first quarter of this year, or last year, whichever year it was. But it's taken this much to even out, so we have a handle on what it is doing. But it has helped us so much that it's can appreciate the ones that took the. Michelle Gray, state representative from Izard County, was our lead sponsor on that in the House. Senator Jason Rappert out of Conway was our lead senator on that legislation. and they did a jam-up job on that, and they saw that need, and thankfully the majority of the legislature saw it, and the governor, of course, had been working with us. We'd been working with his staff on it to get that done, but that helped us. And what people don't understand is that also is as the sales tax changes locally, the state has removed about all the sales tax and headed to remove all sales tax from groceries. Mm-hmm. So it's been a trade-off on sales tax increase. But I think we're at a limit of what we can support. But yeah, we got that. What else is going on?
We got to understand though that let's go back 40, 50 years when we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have 911, and I remember we used to travel from where we lived to St. Louis area. We didn't have any cell phones. I had no communications. You just traveled by faith, really.
You planned your trip out. You knew where you was going to stop, and if you had a need, you had a spare tire. You knew how to change flat.
You had to learn how to read a map.
Had to read the map. We kept maps. We had
a hand pump.
You hand the map over to your wife. She says, "Well, take the red road about an inch. Turn right on the green one."
I'll never forget. We were somewhere west of here, and Dad had Mom read the map, and she says, "Flippin', Arkansas." Not the first time I've ever heard her flipping. But I remember it back about 1968 or 9.
Yeah, us men, as the most part, work off of the compass, north, south, east, and west. The female gender does not work off of a compass. It's an inner-built compass or something. I'm fixing to really get in trouble, but
you are.
You don't give directions by going east, west, north.
Yeah.
But I'm old enough to remember that you turn at the big oak tree.
Oh, yeah.
You turn left and you go down to the sycamore tree and take a right, and in 200 feet you'll be there. That's
go
how
up
we
to where
learned to give
the
directions.
old red barn used to be. It burned down 3 years ago. That's where you make your turn. And then
you got to go down by the Crawford place. Get past there.
And don't forget to turn at the donkeys. The donkeys, you don't want to miss that turn.
That distance was go down
I did that one time. I went over to Baxter Valley.
Here we go.
We had some time. We was going to go see the elk bugle in October one year. And I'm not really certain about where I go, so we go to Jasper, and they tell us you got to go up this highway and go up to Boxley to the elk center there, and they'll tell you. So we do. We find our way up there, and we get up there to the elk center, and the lady's standing in there, and it's getting up in the middle afternoon towards the end of the day when you need to be out listening. And I said, we want to find a place we can go to sit to see and hear the elk bugle. She says, well, if you go right out here on this highway and take a left, and you'll go about 2 miles, and there'll be 2 swans swimming on a slough on your left, and just past that there'll be a field, and the elk will be in a field. And I said, say what? Yeah, that's just
2 swans are swimming, huh?
Yeah. Okay. We get in the car and we drive up the road. About 2 miles, there's this big long slough and 2 swans swimming, white.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Go up past, and there's 3 elk, young bulls, spiked bulls standing out in the field. Just exactly the way she told me.
That's funny.
Ta-da!
But it's funny how you go down the road a piece,
But
that could be
we have a lot of that.
A mile could be.
Most of y'all be lost. We give you directions the way we used to do it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway, we got to take a break.
You won't be at my house.
Judge after this.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
And we're back. We're visiting with Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. And what else we got?
Well, we have been the recipient of, there was coronavirus.
Spit it out.
Coronavirus Relief Fund, CRF.
CRF.
For short. Government believes in acronyms. You learn that when you get dealing with the federal government. $1,002,000 and some odd dollars grant that came through the state, and it was a result of the CRF funding at the federal legislature and federal government that we have received, and that was to pretty much reimburse us for the work and the substantial changes and adaptations we had to do to deal with coronavirus, especially through all emergency services. You know, the protocol if you go to jail, and I don't need any of y'all volunteering to go to jail by doing something dumb enough to get you there, but the protocol of getting somebody into jail has changed completely. And so, all emergency services, whether it's law enforcement or 911, fire departments, they've all had to take precautions, and that's what this money. But we met with the budget committee last night and have been working on, when we were filing to fill out the paperwork to get this grant. I had contacted some relief agencies and some other nonprofits that had to deal with this. The county will share the money with you. And last night, the Quorum Court Budget Committee is sending on to the full Quorum Court meeting next week proposal to send $200,000 of that $1 million to help with the North Central Arkansas Food Bank, and for the services that they share with the 30-something agencies that they deal with. We're going to be about $97,000. We're going to be helping with the Baxter County Fair Board. They've had real issues this year. They have been overwhelmingly helped us on every testing event that we've hosted. They've went out of their way to help us. And so we're going to propose, and then the third grant that we're going to give out is we have a contract with the Baxter County Fire Chiefs Association, and we're going to be giving $94,000 to the Baxter County Fire Chiefs, and they'll share it with all of the 14 fire protection districts in this county, that in unincorporated areas of the county, will get a share of that money, and then they'll just decide among themselves, as they're all members of this Fire Chiefs Association, of how they're going to split that money. And they send in applications, because they have had to face some protocols and do some things to make preparations. Because when you get a 911 call and you dispatch first responders or a fire department and whoever else needs to go to this call, they really don't know what's at the end of that call. So they have got to be physically protected from what they might encounter there, which might include coronavirus. And you don't want to relate that into your own department and to your top-notch people, your first responders, so you have to prepare for that. And so this is some of the things, if you go into it, one of the things that has been highlighted that they need, and it may soon be required by the certification processes of fire departments, is washing machines and dryers that can handle turnout gear. It's special equipment. And that is one thing that some of them will be buying, if not most of them will be buying with this money. So if they make a call and they go into a contaminated, whatever the contamination is, and deal with a fire or deal with the contamination, they've got someplace to come back to throw their turnouts in to clean them up and make them sterile again. And so there's a lot of things that we're doing with that, and we're sharing that money with them. And there may be some more later that we can look at, but it's not only reimbursed to Baxter County and its cost to deal with this issue, but we're going to share it with some of the other people that have had to deal with the same thing.
You know, when you mentioned the Baxter County Fair, Judge, I missed it. I mean, I love going to the fair. You know, sometimes I'm there every night.
Mm-hmm. And it
How
actually
much revenue was lost by gate sales.
Yeah, and the Midway Carnival people that they had been dealing with for over 30 years,
they retired.
This put them out of business, basically.
Yeah.
There was no business to be had. I think they had one in Craighead County and some up in Missouri, but so they pretty much put out of business. Well, to get a new carnival, because they were top-notch schedule for these people, when they get a new carnival, you got now adjust your schedule to fit their schedule.
I was talking to Glenn. I think we were looking at the last week of August.
Yep, they're looking at August now instead of the middle of September.
Yeah,
because that's the only time they. And I was with them the night that at their board meeting the night they were talking with this carnival group.
Yeah.
And actually, the people that retired because it's time for them to go out of business and then have business this year, they recommended this people. So it's a good carnival, but it's going to change.
That we've had for many years.
Yes.
Well, it was in Imperial, Missouri, south of St. Louis on I-55.
They did do the fair board was able to do a couple of livestock shows because that is so important for the kids, and I know they got to go to the state fair, but that is, to me, and having been personally involved in that particular projects, that's a big deal for kids. Some kids. They don't have football or baseball or soccer or band or chorus or other intramural activities like that. They have FFA and 4-H. They have livestock where it's steers, heifers, pigs, sheep, goats, whatever it is. They got something showing. You take that away from them, you've hurt their competition spirit and their ability to do all they've worked for all year, and so it was really hard on them too. And the fair has been really good on that, but they've taken a real hit over this deal.
$5 to get in, let's see if we had 3,000. What did we lose here? We lost 15,000 just on a basic gate admission.
No, we lost
$5 for 3,000 people.
They've shown me the numbers, so it's a pretty big hit. But
real quick, let's talk. We got about 2 minutes before we have to end the show. Let's talk about what's going on Friday night. You want to read that?
You talking about the reindeer run or the?
Yeah, that right there.
The light up mountain home.
Yeah, and then we got the parade Friday night, right?
Yeah. There's going to be prizes that are sponsored by the North Arkansas Electric Co-op for residential prizes. And this is going to be around town that they're going to be adjusting. Yeah. Commercial prizes sponsored by Elmcroft Senior Living for Best in Show.
Light it up.
And this is the Light the Town with ornaments, inflatables, and more. And I've seen photos on social media of a lot of. But then there's going to be the tree lighting. It's a square Friday night. I think there are going to be vendors there. I don't know. I haven't heard yet how many. We'll have the north side of the square blocked off all day Friday, so that the vendors can move in, and then they'll be set up by 4 o'clock.
Sure.
And they'll go through their ceremony and have that. They're going to have this run.
Yeah.
The reindeer run is called.
Yep.
Care Manor is sponsoring.
It's going to be fun.
The chamber is sponsoring the tree lighting, and it'll be there. What is that? 5:30.
I think so. Yeah.
And
I'm gonna get out there
the
about 5
festivities
o'clock.
on the square will start about 4 o'clock. So it'll be the vendors will be there, and you'll be able to start utilizing that. And then they'll have the tree lighting ceremony and then the parade will come through about the same time as the reindeer run. Looks like the reindeer run is going to be running down the parade route because that's the same
They
time
go
the parade
backwards.
starts. Yeah.
They go up and then the parade starts. We got to go. Merry Christmas. See you in
You
January.
all too. Happy New Year.
Got to run.